Good morning. Welcome back. The pace slows considerably here. We're not done side dressing entirely, but we've got everything done around here. We've got to make the move to Berkey, and I'm not quite ready to do that yet. So cleaning up a few things with the seed business this morning. I had some bills for some seed treatment that really needed to get sent out, so I did that this morning. Just kind of taking inventory of what we've got left here. We still have a fair number of boxes of beans. I don't know. I think we're okay. There's some of these are still for a customer. Like all of these two rows are technically a customer has them on order. I don't know if he's actually going to take them at this point or not, but we don't have that much left, actually. We went through a bunch of seed this week. Especially over here on the corn side. We had a lot of corn leave this week, so I wish I could get rid of that box, but paper bags, that's no big deal. That's not very much left. Do got a bunch of these 3-3 beans left, a couple boxes of 3-0s, 3 boxes of some 3-4s. I don't know if those will get planted. The rest of these will probably get used up yet, either for replant or double crop if we have some double crop opportunities, which I think we will. Corn in the plot is looking good. I got this side dressed a few days ago and it burnt the crap out of my grass. Always happens. We put that nitrogen through there and it burns the zone right around where the shanks run. And then if I lift it up, like over here, I kind of lifted and sat there for a minute. Now we got a big dead spot of grass, but it'll grow back and it'll be greener than ever once it does. Starting to get a few pumpkins coming up. We really need some rain or to water them, but I got one there. Where else did I see some? There's one. Nice. Kind of ran over the hills a little bit when I was side dressing until I got lined up a little better, and now once I got out there, they were fine, but yeah, whatever, it's fine. We just need some rain. It's too dry. Got one coming there. There's a few, but not very many. I got to imagine we've got a bunch of stuff sitting in dry dirt. The good news is there's rain coming. Hopefully tomorrow night, Saturday. Sounds like we're gonna get at least a decent shot of rain. We could use a good inch right now, and it would not hurt anything. But anything over a half inch is a big win. I'm gonna go plant a little more sweet corn down there. We've got stuff set up here. I haven't got the second planting done yet. I really needed to do that and thought, well, it ain't gonna matter. It's just dry dirt. So until it rains, what difference does it make? Well, it's about to rain. So we're gonna get this one done. If I don't plant it now, we won't get a third planting. We got seeds stuck to our plates. Shot vacs running. Should be good to go. I stepped off half of what we got left here. We'll get 10 rows planted. Just backing it up rather than turning around every time. But I really don't want to drive over the existing sweet corn. So this works. Forward, put it down, drive straight. Get over to the next 2 rows. All right, well, there's our 10 rows. Still got a pile of seed in there. That was 2 of my little bags when we started. That'll be enough to finish it. Cool. One thing I have noticed, my closing wheels don't sit super low. I wonder if I need to pitch the bar back a little bit or something. Because like there's just a little dip right here in the middle, and we get an open seed trench where we didn't quite close it. The closing wheels, it happens a couple of times, so yeah, we'll have to make some adjustments. But it works. Oh, there's a seed. Not super deep, not really in any moisture, but I didn't really want to plant it deep enough to get into the moisture because that'd be pretty deep out here right now. We'd have to plant it 3.5 inches deep, and It's sweet corn. I don't want to do that. We're just going to rely on it going to rain tomorrow. Next up on the agenda, since we're waiting on it rain to make stuff grow, we need to plant some grass. So I've got the old four-wheeler out here, old Sportsman 850 Polaris, and we have this old drag that we've used for some stuff, and it works really good for kind of leveling ground up before you plant grass. So we're going to do that. I had to dig it out of the pile along the barn here and get it leveled up and make sure, spread out and make sure everything was hooked up right. I think I've got it. They're in the wrong hand. Hold on. Flip. Nope, that ain't gonna work. There we go. Try not to drag all the stones into the grass. Go. Alright, so our path is out here. Now I did plant endrows through this, which is part of what the drag is for, to help take out the corn in the endrows. I don't know if it'll actually uproot anything, but it's rough and it'll level it up. And then we got sprayer tracks across it, and it'll level that up. Just don't get too close to the corn that we want to keep, right? It'll also probably leave all the rocks laying right on top. But we can deal with that. We'll make 4 or 5 passes through here, and then we'll see where we're at. I should get a heavy roller and smash everything down, but I don't know if I have access to one real easy, so we may forego that step. Actually, we'll probably spread the grass seed and then pull the drag over it another time just to get it mixed into the soil a little bit, because I'm not going to put straw on this. Then we should roll it and hope it rains. Well, that's better. There's a couple of spots, there's some sprayer tracks. I think there's one that might be right on top of a tile line, and it was a little bit of a rut, and I'm having trouble filling it in with this. So the S-tine's all hooked up to the 4440. I think I'm going to go get that. When we make a pass down and back with the S-tine, that'll give us some more loose dirt we can drag around and fill everything in good. This is our little S-tine cultivator, I guess. I don't know. It used to have some gauge wheels on here, and it's got a rear hitch. I'm sure at some point in time, 50 years ago, no, 80 years ago, this may have been a primary piece of farm equipment. Now I use it to make my grass path and my sweet corn patches, pumpkin patches fit up ready to go. It does work as a pretty good root rake when we take some fence rows out and stuff, and you gotta clean up all the roots. So anyway, 4440 3-point doesn't even settle. It's been sitting here for a while. Oil level's good. It'll be a little more aggressive. There we go. That'll work. Take out all the corn that was growing in this ends too. Old school farming day. Right there's our sprayer track. The depth control is a little difficult, but we got it. This will be fine. We probably don't even need to make the back return pass, but we'll do it anyway. Hit it with our drag again. I like where we're at. Much better. I gotta go find my boys, get them to pick up some rocks. Got them making piles for me. Good work, boys! Well, the boys faded on me at the end here, but I think we got all of them. Way more than what we would normally when we're picking rocks. Oh, better get that one. If this was not going to be mowed with a lawnmower, I wouldn't care so much. But I don't want to hit stuff with the blade, so we picked up a lot. Little bitty rocks. Good work, Brayson. You did a good job. Rylan was doing good, and then he was wearing his good new shoes, so he's like, I can go change them, and he milked that to the end of rock picking. Well, we got the rocks picked up good enough, so I'll need to get some grass seed on it, and then I'm going to drag it again, and I'm going to try and find a roller, because we're going to have to smash that down. So I do have somebody coming to pick up basically all of the bagged beans that I have left. I had somebody call me this morning looking for 8 bags for replant purposes. I said, okay, I can do that. And I'm glad he called me when he did, because yesterday somebody else was like, I'll take everything you got left. So Fortunately, I still have 8 that I can pull off for this guy. I took those 8 bags of beans. I had a guy that needed some replant beans to the south of me. Anyway, I took those to him. And I was driving past this barn where we're storing some equipment here. I need that boat. Not because I'm going to the lake, but because I want to sell that boat. So, if anybody wants to buy a boat, there it is. We're going to get some pictures taken and get a Facebook listing made up and try and get a boat sold. Couple of weeks we'll be over here looking for a bean head and a grain cart for wheat harvest, but we don't need those yet. And probably those 2 red wagons. So, also, let's go out and look at these beans. I haven't really been over here much. Well, we can go take a look. They're here, and they're growing. They don't look too bad. This field, there's actually 280s back to back, and so we farm this straight through, mile-long rows, which will be kind of fun for beans. We'll have to set some end rows through the middle for corn, but 1 set of end rows is better than 2, is my thoughts. Kind of weedy out here. Now, most of these should be dying from the soybean herbicide, and they do look pretty sickly, right? Now, is that gonna die, or is this gonna live through that, and now we've got some green? I don't know. Thistles and dandelions, those don't look too good. Yeah, we'll have to see. This might be a candidate for a little bit stronger post-emerge pass. Hit it hard with some Liberty or some Enlist. Yeah, all right. Beans are growing. Unifoliate leaves, cotyledons, and our trifoliates are a little bigger than some of the other ones we've looked at, although it's been a few days. So, starting to expand. This one's a little bigger. Stand looks really good. I mean, all of our bean stands have looked really good. I think we're in pretty decent shape. I don't know what happened in that spot. I don't know if, there's no beans growing there, but there's no cornstalk residue either, so it doesn't look like any corn was growing in this area last year either. I don't know. Could have been a chicken litter pile, or I don't know. Something's keeping it from growing. Grass is dried up pretty quickly over here, so anyway, let's hook onto this boat and get it back to the seed warehouse there. Well, let's plant some grass. So I had a couple of bags. This one here was a full bag, this sun and shade mixture. It's mostly Kentucky bluegrass, red fescue, annual ryegrass, perennial ryegrass, intermediate ryegrass. Anyway, this other one here, there wasn't a lot in it. It was maybe a quarter of a bag Dad had left over for something, and I have no idea what's in it. So we're gonna plant it. I tried to mix them as best I could. No tag. He used it to seed down a lane somewhere. Kentucky 31 tall fescue. Maybe it's just that. Got a little bit of a breeze today, so we're kind of just backing off right down this one side and letting the seed scatter as it blows across. Got this old Cyclone hand crank seeder thing. I don't know, we've had this for a long, long time. Fill the bag up and spread it. This is a pretty two-handed job, so it's hard to film. Well, we made it from here to where the spreader's sitting down there on 3 scoops. Is that the right rate? I have no idea. 3 more scoops will get us about to the end. Good enough. We used at least what that whole full bag that I put in there was, and then a little bit more. So I have no idea if that's the right rate or not. I went back over it once on the way back, sort of later. So, all right, we're gonna run the drag over it one time, down and back, and then I might see if I can find a roller, pound it down, wait for it to rain. I found a roller to use. My buddy that does the straw stuff has this lawn roller, and it was full of water. He said I could borrow it, but we gotta wait for all the water to get out before I can lift it up in the truck here. Well, I haven't used the old X360 lawnmower for a while, but got her to start. Had to jump it, put a charger on it. We'll use it to pull our lawn roller. I think it'll work okay. The old Clodbuster 2000. Maybe I can break up some of the chunks in my yard here from the concrete trucks too. Alright, we got her filled up. I was doing a little math. If that is 2 foot diameter and 4 foot long, holds around 90 gallons of water, plus the weight of the rollers, probably around 700, 750 pounds. So it ought to smash up some of these dirt clods okay. Rolling. Should I go find some beans to roll? It's a hot, sunny day. Today's the perfect day. We could go across the road in the plot, roll a couple rows down, see what happens to them. Oh yeah. Smooth. I'm probably making it too smooth. The kids are going to hurt themselves because they're going to come flying down here now. Need some speed bumps. Well, you can add Turfgrass Farmer to my list of crops, titles. Alright. I'll smash some clods over here a little bit more and then we'll be done with this. That was, yep, spent longer emptying it than I did using it. Okay, well, we're done with that project. Now what we need is some rain. I'm going to walk out to the parts shed here and look at some stuff. I have an update to the 8R tractor again. I gave an update yesterday that it was all done and fixed and ready to go. It was a solenoid that had blown an O-ring in that same valve block that was worked on before. And that is all true. However, when I said something about the tractor being ready to the other people that work here, I got grilled with, well, did they fix this? Did they fix that? Did they fix this? I don't know. I doubt it. So I called the service manager and said, hey, apparently this needs fixed and this needs fixed. And there was an oil leak on the back of the engine. Nothing out here. I saw the parts van. I wonder if Phil already got it. Anyway, apparently there was an oil leak on the back of the engine that, yeah, I had seen it a while ago and didn't think anything of it, but they took that back in the shop and looked at it. It is the input seal to the transmission was leaking, which was caused by a coupler between the engine and the transmission that had, I thought he said that it shrinks over time or something, and it's fairly common. They do a bunch of them. And anyway, they didn't have the parts on hand, but they've got it all tore apart, so it's probably going to be Monday or Tuesday before we get that tractor back. So, and I fully expect to pay for this repair because this has nothing to do with what it was up there for this winter. Okay, Phil did get my parts out of the parts shed. He's been replacing gauge wheels and doing stuff to the anhydrous applicator. It's fine. Some of those wheels were getting wobbly and loose, and I would have waited until we were done and going through it in the winter to just fix them and replace all of those, but he wants to take care of it now. I'll let him take care of it now. So he bought 5 new complete wheels, gauge wheels, and put them on, and he bought parts, the halves, the steel and the nylon halves and bearings to replace that stuff on 5 more. There's only 15 on the whole machine, so we might as well just replace them all at this point. So anyway, that's good. I gotta go to baseball again. Brayson was supposed to have a game tonight, but his game got canceled, which is convenient because Ryland's team kind of needs him. So the boys get to play together again tonight, which is good.